Afternoon, everyone. As promised, I wanted to share with you how I'm using the new Select Subject feature combined with a gradient to add light to my images. This image was taken this morning around about 9:30 a.m. on my Dogs of Photography project, charity project called Dogs of Camberley. Come check it out on Instagram if you haven't had an opportunity to see it yet. And this is the before. This is pretty much straight out of camera, taken on the Sony a7R III, combined with the Tamron 70-180 2.8, shot at 2.8, using the animal eye tracking feature, which I'm now getting a handle on, is now working really well. So this is straight out of camera, and just to show, this is how it could look with their gradient fill. I've left it at 100% opacity. For the final image, I'm liable to take that down, but I just wanted to show you how it works. So before, after, before, after. And why this is so much simpler is because of the new feature within Photoshop called Select Subject. So I'll take you through the process now. So we're going to activate the fourth element down on our menu on this side, which is usually where you find your quick selection tool or magic wand tool. So ordinarily I would have used my quick selection tool to do this, but now I no longer have to. So I click here, which then activates this new menu, and then I've got Select Subject. This will now select around the dog, and I will go in and check. So just keep my finger down on the left-hand button on the mouse, just to pull this over to make sure it's picked up everything I want it to. So it's now selected the dog. So I Control C and Control V to make a copy. You can see of the dog here. It's Command C, Command V if you are on a Mac, Control if you're on a PC. So I now have a cut-out copy version of the dog, which is sat on the top layer. So now I'm going to click back on background. I'm going to go to my adjustments here, and I'm going to add gradient. I'm going to immediately change the style. So it automates set to linear. So it's going to change to radial. And I'm going to click here to make a decision on what color of the gradient I want. As I'm adding light, I'm going to be looking for a much lighter color. So my start point is always to select a color that's within the image, so it sits tonally within the shot. So I'm going to go for this bright orange of the leaf here, and then I'm going to work all the way across and head to the lighter side. So it's still got a little hint of that orange in. There we go, about there. And then I'm going to click OK. OK. And if I want to make the gradient bigger, I can take the scale up. So if I take it up here, you can see you could go across the entire shot. So I'm going to take it up to about 200%. I now need to leave this open and leave this activated for me to be able to move. I can now pick up and move this gradient fill around. So I'm going to take it up to the top corner here, which is where I know the light was coming in from, to about there. And then what I can do is just change the opacity to taste. So I can take this up and down. But because I had this selected layer of the dog over the top, I know for sure that the light of the gradient isn't going over the front of the dog. So you can see, super simple. The other way that this can be utilized is the gradient doesn't have to be used as light. It can also be used to add color and remove contrast from the background. So if I wanted to make a dark orange color, for example, and run that at low opacity in the background, it would just remove some of the contrast from the background and also make everything appear a little bit more autumnal. So you can use it either way, but it's a great tool. It's super flexible, and I find the Select Subject is actually doing a very good job now. So there's your before again and after. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's something that you'll get to play around with, and looking forward to see your before and after images. Thanks, bye.